Next, from its beginnings in 1950s America amongst Californian surfers to the Tokyo Olympics, skateboarding culture is booming. Today, the urban sport is part of pop culture. Paris's art centre Fluctuart is exploring how artists have seized skateboards as a medium of artistic expression. Our reporters went along to explore.
This exhibition in the French capital is taking skateboards off the pavements and onto walls. The theme of the expo, using skateboarding as a source of inspiration for artists. Before we get a glimpse of the artwork, let's go back to how these planks of wood became part of pop culture.
La naissance du skateboard, en fait, c'est le début des années 60.
In the 1960s, there wasn't enough wind on the coast of California for 1 or 2 seasons. So surfers took out their boards, hung them up, and added wheels to them. They became the first skateboards, which allowed them to ride on pavements. 2 years later, there was a drought. Pools weren't allowed to be filled, so these empty bowls with round sides became the first skate parks that would go on to make the sport popular.
Skateboarding became so popular in the 70s that it was Farrah Fawcett's choice of transport during one of her iconic chases in the series Charlie's Angels. Bart is often seen riding his beloved green skateboard on the legendary animated sitcom The Simpsons. TV and cinema quickly adopted skateboarding. Artists around the world like Banksy and Enki Bilal took to making personalized boards. For keen skateboarders, putting on a pair of the sport's emblematic shoes, Vans, and jumping on a board wasn't the only way to get involved, as skateboarding video games became popular.
If we consider a video game as artistic work, I would say Tony Hawk's Pro Skater game, which came out in 1998-99, was the first game that really got validation from skateboarders. It gave me a lot of ideas about tricks and movements. There's a big generation of kids who got into skateboarding through video games.
In the Spanish city of Gandia, this French photographer had a skateboarding revelation.
I discovered a clan. There is really a societal dimension to skateboarding. It seems like an almost ideal society. It's a wild but very tolerant group. Everything that was different did not remain that way for long.
Sylvie Barco believes the sport stays a passion for skateboarders in life and death.
In this photo, in the dark part, you can see a piece of graffiti. It represents Tony, an iconic character who committed suicide. No one really talks about it, but you can feel that they're really sad about his tragic death. And so he watches over this skate park.
The Art of Skate exhibition gives a new perspective on skateboarding, a sport that's likely to keep rolling around for a long time to come.